Okay, sexual reproduction, development and growth in humans and animals. Chapter 15, sexual reproduction, development and growth in humans and animals. So we move on to the next. So how does a modern technology help in conception? Conception means to get pregnant, conception. Okay, so do you know what are the features of the anatomical system of human reproduction? How is gamete formed? Okay, how does the period cycle happen and how does the development of the human fetus happen? So these are what we're going to learn in this chapter lah. Okay, for this one you can read. So I just straight go to this one. Okay, 15.1, reproductive system of humans. So I think you have learned this in form 1. Okay, form 1, right? So the male and female reproductive system. So this is the last system lah that we are going to learn for this human. Okay, this form 4. Okay, the continuity of a species is dependent on the increase in population through the process of sexual or asexual reproduction. So actually the reproduction function is to increase the population lah. Okay, so that we can continue the species. Okay, if the reproduction occurs, so we cannot produce new offspring, new individual. So what happen? Later the species will extinct. Okay. So sexual reproduction involves the production of male and female gametes by individuals who have reached sexual maturity. So actually puberty lah. So we manage to produce gametes, okay, male and female. Okay, so this process is completed with the fertilization of both gametes to create a new life. So fertilization means the fusion between the male gametes and female gametes. Okay, we'll create a new life lah. We create a zygote, then we develop into the embryo, fetus, and then to baby. So the structure and function of the male and female reproductive system are shown in figure 15.1 and figure 15.2 respectively. So we start with the female first. So the diagram looks like this. Okay, so we have 5 structures here, 5 important structures in the female reproductive system. Okay, we start with the ovary first. The ovary. So ovary, the female reproductive organ that produce ovum. Or female gametes, plural ova. So ova means plural lah. Okay, ovum, one, singular. Okay, female gametes. For ovum is a female gamete. So and the female sex hormones which are estrogen and progesterone. So for ovary have 2 functions. First to produce the ovum, okay, and then second to produce sex hormone. That's estrogen and progesterone. So we produce in here in the ovary. So we have 2 ovary. Okay, so pair of ovaries lah. Okay, so this is the function of ovary. Then move on to the next. We have the fallopian tube. Okay, tube. So a thin muscular tube here, a thin muscular tube. The inner wall is lined with cilia. Cilia is like a hair. So if you actually inside here a lot of hair. Okay, a lot of hair inside the fallopian tube. So the action of the cilium same with cilia lah. Okay, same. Okay, so cilium 1, cilia plural, combined with the peristalsis of the fallopian tube. So fallopian tube also can carry out peristalsis. Okay, helps in delivering the secondary oocyte or embryo to the uterus. Okay, so let's say secondary oocyte usually will come out from the ovary. So this secondary oocyte cannot move on its own. So the peristalsis here that occur and also the action of the hair will push, okay, or will deliver this secondary oocyte or embryo to the uterus here. Okay, so this is the function of fallopian tube. Sperm and ovum we combine in here lah. Okay, in the fallopian tube. Okay, so move on to the next. We have the uterus. Uterus here the uterus. So the uterus is an organ with thick muscular walls. So very thick muscular wall here actually. Okay, muscular wall here, very thick. So the inner wall of the uterus is lined with endometrium tissue, which is mucus and rich in blood vessels. So actually inside here we have the endometrium. Okay, endometrium tissue. which secrete mucus enriched in blood vessels. Okay, and then embryo implants in the endometrium. So usually the embryo will implants here. When the embryo implants in the endometrium, that means the woman's already pregnant lah. Okay, implants. So the function of actually uterus is specifically in the endometrium for the implantation of embryo. The endometrial tissue, which is thick enriched in blood vessels, supplies the embryo with nutrients and oxygen. Because here a lot of blood vessels, right? And then it will supplies the nutrient to this embryo lah. So this is inside what occur inside the uterus. So inside uterus have the endometrium tissue. So the embryo will implant in the endometrium. Okay, so when the embryo implants there, so that's when the woman already pregnant. So the function of this tissue is to supply the embryo with nutrients and oxygen. Okay, so the next one we want to the cervix. Here is the cervix lah, so it's like this. Okay, step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have the cervix here. Here, this is the cervix. Narrow opening to the uterus which secretes mucus to help sperm swim up to the fallopian tubes. Okay, so this is the cervix. Okay, so narrow opening, it's like an opening lah, so that the sperm when it swim, it can swim through here lah, and then go to the uterus, and then later go to the fallopian tube like this. Okay, so this is the opening. Okay, and then next one we have the last one is the vagina, a canal where sperms enter and also serve as a passage for birth and menstruation. So sperm will enter here to the vagina, and then through the cervix, and then go to the uterus, and then fallopian tube, and then to the fallopian tube lah. Okay, where the sperm and ovum will combine lah in here. So actually this vagina also serve as a period, menstruation. So the menstruation also will come out here. Okay, menstruation all will come out through the vagina. Okay, and then menstruation birth. So the baby also, or the fetus, during the birth, birth process, okay, it will come out also through this vagina. Okay, so these are the female reproductive system. The structure of the female reproductive system.